has had more than 10 million views. Is that pretty good, by the way? Is that pretty good? My Twitter account has 75,000 people. My Facebook has over 150,000 people that are following me. So whenever I have a new product, I can launch that product. That's why Apple is so big. They've got billions of people around the world that they've got access to. They've got millions that use Apple products, and whenever a new product comes out, they can launch it. The problem is most of you don't have a following. Am I right, yes or no? But the thing is, you all use mobile phones. 10 years ago, we didn't have these. 10 years ago, these were big. Then they got small. Then they got big again. I'm going to tell you this. The fastest way for you to increase your revenue and to make more income and more passive income is to use video marketing. I'm going to prove this to you. Can I prove this to you? Okay, raise your hand if you watched a video on your mobile phone. Raise your hand if you watched a video on your mobile phone this month. Show of hands. This month. Look at that, everybody! So you need to have if everybody's using mobile, look, this is the only thing that stays with us almost 24 hours a day. What do you do the first thing you wake up, what do you do? Pick up the phone. Look, this is probably the only thing that goes to the toilet with you. Yes, I can see you. Right? So you've got to find different ways to do it. My time is running out. Are you finding this useful, by the way? Yes or no? Would you like more? Yes. Raise your hand if you'd like to learn a lot more about this. Show of hands. Show of hands. Okay. Here's the thing. Say, what's the thing? You know, I asked them to let me speak on Sunday because Sunday is when the serious people show up. Do you know there was thousands of people that registered for this event and only 300 of you showed up? Right? That says a lot about people's intentions. Right? One of the ways to get success is just to show up. So first of all, I want to applaud you for that. Give yourself a massive round of applause. Now, one of my students, Steffi, she flew all the way to the UK to learn this. And I do a lot of business consultancy, and I take a small group of people where I get them to the next level. But my question to you is this. Would you fly 16 hours to London and invest £2,000, which is that's what in the corporate training in London, that's what they pay. It's actually £1,000 a day in the UK for corporate training, sales training, all this kind of stuff. So my question is, would you fly all the way to London, invest 10,000 ringgit so you could create $1 million business? Raise your hand if you would be prepared to do that. Show of hands. Show of hands, nice and high. Okay, quite a few of you. But the thing is, I know that for a lot of people, they think it's too far. So in fact, I was speaking to KK, and the organizer of this event, and he said to me, John, is there anything you can do for people? Can you not do an online thing for them? I say, look, I've tested this. If people learn face to face, they get results. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. But I also say that people who don't take action, they don't get results. And you've got to have really strong reason for doing this. You know, I work with a lot of very high profile people. In fact, you guys heard of Jimmy Choo? Go to YouTube, type in John Lee and Jimmy Choo. Right, and you'll see an interview I did with him, and also helping some of his staff get their presence out there. You guys heard of Leonardo DiCaprio? Go to Google, type in John Lee, Leonardo DiCaprio, and see what you find. Right? So I've got a lot of credibility when it comes to work in this industry. I've built multi-million-pound businesses myself, and one of the things I'm looking for companies to work with in Malaysia. So can I see a show of hands? Raise your hand if you're interested in working with me on some of your businesses to take to the next level. Can I see a show of hands? Would you like to do that? Okay. So here's the thing I want for you then. A lot of people say, well, John, do I have to fly to London? So when I was speaking to KK said to me, John, don't you come back to Asia? When's the next time you come back to Asia? And so next time I'm coming back is in December, because I take a lot of holidays, and I love Bali. You know, I've been to Bali, by the way. No? You guys been to Bali? Of course, it's amazing. Right? So Bali is, for me, a huge one for me. So I'm coming back in December, and then so KK said, can you not stop by Malaysia? Because my wife is also Malaysian. So I have to come back and see my in-laws and say, why don't you come back, meet your in-laws, and then why don't we do some training just for Entrepreneur Insight? So here's the question, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to be doing this yet, but raise your hand if I were to fly back for 2 days and train you. Raise your hand if you would be really interested to learn how all this works. Can I see show of hands? Nice and high. Wow, that's a lot of you. Well, I'm going to take a small group of you to do this. Okay, there's 300 of you here, but I can probably only take 30 of you for this, right? But then I said to KK, but in UK, our training company, our corporate rates are £1,000 a day, which means for you, it's going to be around, what's the conversion, you know? Conversion's around 10,000, isn't it? So 10,000 ringgits, right? And the dates are going to be the 8th and the 9th of December, right? The 8th and 9th, so write these dates down, 8th and 9th of December. And so then people say, well, John, like, and if you can't make those dates, don't worry, we might be running some other ones next year, right? But just if you're interested, you can go see our team in a second. So then people say, well, John, like, I can't afford 10,000 ringgits. Here's the thing. Can I do this for free, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes! Come on! Cannot lah! You know, one of the reasons why I fly 16 hours here to speak to you is because a lot of my business partners I met in an event just like this. And Vince Tan's one of my business partners who's here. And you know, when I met him at this event, we partnered together. Now we have a $20 million business. It's a tech company. And one of the things I want to do, I want to invest in more businesses, and I want to really show people how to get from here to here using what I know. Now, one of the things people say, well, John, if you're so good, why don't you just teach me for 2 days? And then you teach me, I will go out and make the money, and then when I make some money, then I'll pay you the money. Can I do that, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes! Cannot lie! But here's the thing, here's what I'll do. Look, you guys have been amazing, and you showed up on a Sunday, and you know, you guys really deserve to create a lot more success. And for that, again, I applaud you. Give yourself a massive round of applause. So here's the question for you. Here's the question. If I were to do something very special for you, would you take action, yes or no?
Yes.
I can't hear, would you take action, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm willing to do. And the reason why I'm doing this is this. A lot of people come to me and say, John, I'm a student, I can't afford this, or I'm a startup and I've invested all my money in my business. So I'm willing to do this because you came here today and because you are part of the Entrepreneur Insight Conference, and that's why I'm doing this. So I'm going to take 30 people from this event. I'm going to train you for 2 days for free. And then, when you make 100,000 ringgits, then you pay me money. Is that okay?
Yes.
In fact, don't even pay me. You can donate it to my charity. I have an orphanage in Africa, which I've got a school in Africa where there's 343 kids. So when you make the money, could you donate the money to my foundation? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. So here's another question as well. I can only take 30 of you. There's 300 of you here. So when I say this, you need to go over there and get registered. Does that make sense, yes? Okay, hold on a second, not yet. Also, if I fly 16 hours all the way back here, okay, I need to make sure that you turn up. Will you turn up, yes or no? Because there were 7,500 people that registered for this event and 300 people showed up. I'm not going to fly 16 hours if you're not to show up. Will you promise me to show up, yes or no?
Yes.
That's why I'm going to charge you a small commitment fee. Is that fair? Is that fair? So when I say this, you need to go over there, and the first 30 people, you can register at a very low cost, which is a commitment fee. And then I'm going to teach you for 2 days, and then when you make 100,000 in sales, then you donate the money to my foundation. Is that okay? Now you say, well, John, what if I don't make the 100,000? You have 18 months to do this. If you don't make the 100,000, then you don't have to donate anything to my foundation. Is that okay? Is that fair? Say yes. Another thing as well. Another thing. Who would like a free copy of my book? Show of hands. Wait, hold on, wait. You need to go over there in a second, not yet in a second. When I say so, right? So for the first 30 of you that get registered in a second, I'm also going to give you a free copy of my book. I'm going to sign it for you, and then we're going to take some pictures. Is that okay?
Yes.
Is that okay? Say yes. So are you ready? You're not ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, you can start going now. If you're ready, start going now. For the first 30 people that registered, the commitment fee is only 397 ringgits. 397 ringgits. Go ahead over there right now. For the first 30 of you, that's what you get. And I'm going to spend 2 days with you teaching you exactly